Let's look at rounding decimal numbers now. If we start off on the pen, 3.59. If we're going to round this to the nearest whole number, well, the nearest whole number that's below 3.59 is 3 and above is 4. Now, 3.59, well, the middle of those two numbers would be 3.5, or we could write that as 3.50. Now, because 3.59 is above that number, that means that this is closer to 4. So, rounded to the nearest whole number, 3.59 will be 4. Rounding 8.4 then, the nearest whole number below it is 8, and the nearest whole number above it is 9. The middle of those two numbers would be 8.5, and we can see that 8.4 is below that, so on this occasion 8 is our nearest whole number. 493.2, the nearest whole number below it is 493, and the nearest whole number above it is 494. And because it needs to be 0.5 before we round up, so because this is only 0.2, 493 will be our right answer. This one then, nearest whole number before 0.5 is 0, and the nearest whole number after 0.513 is 1. Now, just like before, the number between those two would be 0.5, or we could write it as 0.500. Now we can see we're above that number. We've got 513 and this is 500. So that makes this a little bit closer to 1. So 1 is our correct answer to finish that first row. On the second row then says round to the nearest one decimal place. Well, the 10th value there is 5. So our lower 10th value would be 3.50. And the next 10th would be 3.60. And hopefully you can see that we're closer to this one, 3.60. Now, that's not one decimal place. One decimal place means one number after the point, so this would be written as 3.6. This one, we need to be a little bit careful. This already has one decimal place. It's already written as one decimal place. We don't need to do anything there. That one's all done. This one again, already written to one decimal place, is one number after the decimal point. Nothing to do, already done. With this one, we've got 3 decimal places at the moment, but the question's asking for 1 decimal place. So this here, this 10th value is 5. So the 10th value before is 0.5, and the 10th value afterwards is 0.6. And because these numbers here, the 100th and 1000th value, will continue to rise up to eventually 0.599, we're nowhere near 0.599. This is going to round to be 0.5 to 1 decimal place. So that's our correct answer for that one. Final row then, 2 decimal places. This one's already written to 2 decimal places. We know that because there's 2 numbers after the point. So this one's just fine, nothing to do. This one's a little bit tricky, we've got to be careful. At the moment there's only 1 decimal place, but we can rewrite it. If we just add a 0 onto the end, that's now written to 2 decimal places. Just there. All good. Really similar with this one. At the moment it's written as 1 decimal place. If we add a 0 on the end, this is now written to 2 decimal places. Final one then. We can see at the moment it's 3 decimal places. So we can see that the lower value, the 10th before, if you like, would be 0.51, and the 10th after would be 0.500, 100th before, 100th after was 0.52. And you can see hopefully that this is closer to 0.